Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Deckin Around Deck Specs. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Under the Skin. But before we jump into it, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
And ring the bell. We'd greatly appreciate it.
So Steve, why don't you tell us a little bit about this deck?
I will do that. This deck is printed by Acelion, now known as King Star. It is a print run of 1,000, and it retails for 15 bucks. There's actually two different versions in this release. There's a mono edition and a colored edition. The only difference is in the colored edition, there's some added color to the courts and the jokers. But other than that, the cards are pretty much the same.
Nice. Let's check it out.
This deck totally gives me kind of like an anime vibe. This tuck box is super cool. King Star is, really good at designing tuck boxes. It's kind of like two tuck boxes actually.
Yeah, they're really innovative with the design they do with their tucks. They always try and find something fun with multiple interior and exterior tuck boxes with a lot of their decks.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. This deck handles amazingly. That back design is pretty cool. The fan element on it is just awesome.
Yeah, it looks so good. It kind of gives me like circus vibes just based on the colors.
Oh, totally. I totally see that. It handles very well. The stock is a little stiff, but it definitely handles great regardless.
Yeah, it looks like a thicker deck, so probably not a crushed equivalent, more of a standard kind of like stock, right?
Right. Yes, correct.
Yeah,
This first card is basically an ad card. The other one is a joker, and the other joker's at the end of the deck.
nice.
That ace of spades, kind of cool.
But I really dig the weathered stock they use to give it kind of that like worn parchment look.
Yeah, these core cards are interesting. I don't. Yeah, I honestly don't know where where this whole thing is going. They're definitely interesting core cards. I love the design, how they're kind of cartoony in a way.
Yeah, it
Little ink, the blood blotch kind of.
yeah, it kind of has like a little bit of a Seven Deadly Sins vibe to it. I saw one that said "eat, eat, eat," which made me think of gluttony, then lust,
Yeah,
and
but
boob,
AIDS
boob.
kind of just throws that
I
all
mean,
out
I
the
guess
window.
maybe as a potential like downside to lust, maybe. It
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe.
it's an interesting concept. And then does that say grafting?
Yeah, food platter. I mean, it's super interesting and super creative.
Yeah, the artwork is really very cool, especially for being so monochromatic. They actually have a lot of depth to it, which is neat.
Yeah. And I love how actually they're not mirrored uh what cards either.
Yeah, you have one-way
As you can
courts.
see, they're different.
Yeah,
There's that other Joker.
yeah, I definitely dig the Jokers on. I think the artwork is really intricate. Obviously, a collector-oriented deck, but the fact that it has such great fanning elements on the back, it is something you could use for a very visual deck if you were doing cardistry as well.
Yeah, I mean, the decks coming out of Kingstar are super creative and really vibrant. So I mean, I dig it.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think, and I do love their little tuck, their innovative tucks that they put together, and that little splash of gold foil on the exterior of the tuck just pops so nicely. It gives just the right amount of like shine and class to it without being like gaudy.
Yeah, the interesting thing is if you look at the one in the picture, that's actually the colored version, and the one with the gold foil is the mono version, which is interesting.
Very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the deck as a whole, the theme looks really nice. I like the artwork. Like I said, I really like when companies use kind of a thematic stock that has like a weathered look to it or some sort of look to it that just doesn't look like a standard white or black stock. And it really
right.
seemed to fit the whole vibe of this, where you're kind of flipping through something that has, maybe a little bit of an old feel to it. Um,
Yeah,
Especially if the whole premise is the seven deadly sins, like it feels like it should have that old world feel to it, which is really cool.
yeah. No, I dig it. I'm a fan of their decks.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
well, thanks everybody for checking out this episode of Deckin Around Deck Specs. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We drop these every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, so make sure to keep an eye out for the most updated looks at the newest decks.
Hey Tyler, peace out.
Peace, Steve.